Good morning, another morning of what has so far been a very, very fast and furious and interesting transfer window. Certainly a lot to talk about this morning and a lot to discuss, so we'll get into it. A lot of activity at Rangers, we're going to talk about that. Manchester United set to finalise a big deal as well. Some movement for Liverpool coming as we expected as well. We'll also talk about Chelsea and about West Ham as well. So lots to get into this morning. Please make sure you hit like and subscribe. It really helps us out, keeps us going, gives us confidence to keep bringing you the news as we get it. You can follow me on Twitter. Links are all in the description. And you can follow Football Insider from all there as well. But first, let's get on with the video. So let's talk about Manchester United first. They're going to finalise a deal for Andre Onana from Inter Milan this morning. We're expecting that very, very soon. Negotiations were very, very, very fast and positive. I put out a report yesterday saying Manchester United expected it in the next 24 hours. That is certainly what is happening now. He'll replace David De Gea as the number one, Ten Hag's number one target to do that. Chelsea did have early conversations with Onana, but that didn't get to much further than just the conversations themselves. In the end, Manchester United have now swooped in and are set to sign the goalkeeper, who certainly is a modern day goalkeeper, isn't he? He's certainly incredible with the ball at his feet, could probably play outfield as well, and he will replace David De Gea as the number one. Liverpool very busy too. Henderson and Fabinho both subject to bids from Saudi. Al Ettifaq, the club of Steven Gerrard, obviously pushing to get Jordan Henderson in. Henderson keen on the move. Gerrard being pivotal in this, which is unsurprising, as you would imagine, and trying to get the Liverpool captain to come along. Talks will continue. Al Ettifaq would like to do a deal on a free. That's not going to happen. It'll be 10 million plus to get the skipper out of Liverpool. But if they do complete the sales of Fabinho and of Henderson, watch for them moving for Romeo Lavia at Southampton. Interest really picked up in him. They've been in and around the deal. I've reported on Lavia for a couple of months now. They've been in and around the deal for a long time. Liverpool always kind of on the fringes of it. Chelsea did a lot of groundwork on Lavia. They've kind of stepped back. Arsenal in a good position too if they want to move on him. But Liverpool now the team that are setting to push now to bring him in. If these deals go through, that will allow them the funds to bring him in. It'll be around that £50 million mark. It matches the 45 that Manchester City have for the buyback clause, which becomes active in 2024. So Liverpool are going to set to add him potentially if they can get these other deals across the line. So certainly one to watch out for is Lavia to Liverpool. Jurgen Klopp, a huge fan. He's been sold the project at Liverpool. Liverpool understand the conditions for a deal with Southampton. It's all set up for them to go and get him. But of course, it's dependent on Fabinho. It's dependent on Henderson both leaving the club, and we shall see if that happens over the coming days. Certainly two exits that are getting closer as time goes on. Although Ettifaq want to have a move done for free, I do expect that, they're not short on cash, are they? So they'll be quite happily probably pay that 10 to 15 million pound to get him out as well. Chelsea, they are pushing on with talks for Caicedo. Those talks are positively, slowly moving forward, basically, is what I was told. Slowly but surely, they're going in the right direction. A deal probably around that £80 million mark set to happen for Caicedo. We did say before, and we knew before Chelsea were going to go in with that amount. That's the amount that they felt a deal could be done. Everyone was telling me that's the amount that a deal could be done. And it will be around that. I think with add-ons, it will push it over that mark in the end. Brighton, a very good team in terms of their business, very strong in what they stand for, what they want for a player, as you've seen. And of course now that move starting to happen more and more. Caicedo has said yes to Chelsea on personal terms as well. He's now looking at residences, and he was doing that in January actually, because there was actually a close move to Arsenal obviously, which didn't happen in London. So Chelsea now moving in the right direction. The understanding there is that he will be a Chelsea player. I think it's just if they can get that deal over the line with clubs, and it's slowly moving in that direction. I would be surprised if he doesn't end up at Chelsea this summer. I would be very surprised if Caicedo's not a Chelsea player this summer. I feel comfortable saying that now, but we'll wait and see what happens in the coming weeks. I could be proved wrong, but I would be very, very surprised if that is not the case. Romelu Lukaku has also been told he's not expected back at Chelsea. He's also expecting to leave the club. Talks on going over his future with Inter Milan and Chelsea. That was a loan offer first rejected, an offer for around the £35 million mark, which is still a bit off Chelsea's fee, but they're getting closer, and it'll be around that £40 million with bonuses that will get it done. So they're getting much, much closer for Romelu Lukaku as well. James Ward-Prowse is a man that is much wanted, expected to leave Southampton after many years of service to the Saints. They obviously got relegated. West Ham in a strong position for his signature, we understand. We do understand there has been some early contact there with James Ward-Prowse, and I would expect that to take momentum in the next couple of weeks as well. Declan Rice set to be finalised. A lot of reports and rumours of why is it not done yet? Surely there's a problem if it's not done yet. That's not the case. That's a done deal. Declan Rice is an Arsenal player. We're expecting his announcement very, very soon. It's just waiting for the club to put that out. All details are signed off and Arsenal are set to send all the final stuff across, and that's that done. So he's had his medical. Everything's been done and completed. So Declan Rice will be an Arsenal player and West Ham will set to move on some of their own targets. So James Ward-Prowse 100% one to watch over the coming weeks. I did say this August and end of July, beginning of August will be really important for James Ward-Prowse, and that's what you're going to see. So I think West Ham are in the strongest position of all the clubs who like him and are likely to move for him. Let's go to Glasgow though. Let's go to Rangers. Last night was a really busy night with some news breaking about Rangers. It was a night that I decided to go out and take off. Of course, you always run the risk of the window where you're going to do that. So I'm playing catch up, and it was the fourth official obviously came out with his exclusive, didn't he, on Kolak going to Parma. That deal is coming close now. We knew that Kolak was likely to leave Rangers. We knew that he had heavy interest in Germany, interest in Italy, and Parma are now pushing for a deal for around the £2.5 million mark. Fashion Sakala also set to exit. I have put out reports before about Saudi interest in Scottish players and Rangers players specifically. Look for Scott Wright, look at James Tavernier, and then of course there is Sakala now as well, getting close to a move. For around the £4 million mark, which would be a very good piece of business for Rangers. I think maybe a surprise for a lot of Rangers fans, perhaps, that he has been, the one to go. He won't be the only one to go. Kamara, I expect to leave as well, the club. So it's a surprise, I think, because of how good he was at the end of the season last season for Rangers. Certainly not the finished article as a player. Has moments of sublime and moments of madness, I think you could call it, in terms of his finishing and technical ability. But if Rangers are able to pull £4 million in for him, £2.5 million in for Kolak, they can move for Danilo. Now, if you watched my Rangers video earlier on in the week, I spoke exactly about this. Rangers will go back for Danilo. We do know those talks and conversations have been continuous. The deal's never died off or been dead. Those talks have just been ongoing. Whether it's a done deal, like some are suggesting, I'll find out later today. Like I said, I'm behind everyone on this. There's been one report, I think, or it come from a forum. I'm not too sure where it's come from at this point in time, but it's certainly what I can tell you. My understanding of it is that conversation has been ongoing anyway. Like I said in the video earlier this week, it's a target I expect Rangers to go back for after player sales. They'll able to then go back with a better offer for Feyenoord, who were a distance apart with Feyenoord on the agreement of terms on the fee. I think it'll be a £7 million deal for Rangers to get this done. At this point in time, that's the kind of figures we're talking about here to get Danilo in. Very talented, young, still Brazilian forward who wants the move, by the way. He would like to move to Rangers. That is certainly true as well. So that's one that Rangers want to do. And then also the funds then could help them get that Cifuentes deal across the line. Also, obviously, they're talking about an early exit fee with LAFC, but he has agreed terms verbally on that deal in December because his contract ends in December in LA. Rangers would like to bring him in now. Michael Beale would like him with the squad now. No surprise, but I think if they have to wait till December, they're willing to do that as well. But these players leaving allows them that little bit of funding to do that. So they do have Kolak, they do have Sakala, they do have Wright, you do have Kamara in there. Robbie McCrory, I should say, is obviously heading out the door as well, as revealed yesterday. So, yes, a lot going on at Ibrox. Celtic, also my understanding, is still in the market for a goalkeeper. I know Brendan Rodgers has come out and spoke about Joe Hart. It doesn't have to be Ederson for him or amazing with the ball at his feet. But my understanding is they've still got eyes on a goalkeeper to come in at Celtic Park. So that's certainly one to watch as well. The window is now kicking off. It's just getting started, only the 14th of July. Still a long way to go, of course, but getting busier and busier. Make sure you hit like and subscribe. You can follow me on Twitter, link in the description, and I'll see you in the next one. Cheerio.